Hello, Earthlings. It's time to reset your cultural dial. Coming your way next on your favorite device, from the Hoosier State to all the ships at sea, it's the Crawfordsville Peachcast. And now, here's your second or third favorite Dave from Indiana, Dave Peach. Warning, other people named Dave may also appear.
Thanks, CD. This is the Crawfordsville Peachcast. I'm Dave Peach.
I'm Dave Meyer.
Dave, we're at it again, talking about another movie.
I'm excited, Dave, because it's a springtime movie. It's a springtime movie, and even though we've kind of had some whiplash weather of late, Dave, it's coming. We can see it coming.
Did I thank CD?
You did. You were so kind, and she is always consistent in her introduction.
1994 Tin Cup with Kevin Costner and Rene, Russo, Don Johnson, Cheech Marin, and this movie, if nothing else, gave us the TV series Nash Bridges, which has its own channel on Pluto.
It has its own channel on Pluto, Dave. And, you know, Don Johnson as a golfer, like, I'd never thought of it before, but then when you see it, you go, oh my God, of course. You know, wow. Don is going to be in a quintessential, just that guy that that's a little better than you and has things a little nicer than you. And he's a good bad guy.
Movie number 83, Season 5, 1994, Tin Cup. We call this the Entertainment Weekly, period.
This was the heyday of the Weekly.
Oh, wait,
right,
was
Dave?
this 94 or 96? I could be wrong on that.
I've got 96.
You got
August
96. I'm sorry.
16.
I stand. Okay. Actually, I'm sitting. I sit corrected.
You sit corrected.
I sit
but Dave,
corrected.
But you're comfortably there.
Yes,
and
I'm sorry, folks.
I still think
did I make a mistake there?
Is correct.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, folks, the cultural critics are going to come after Dr. Peach.
Hey,
no, Dave, I think you're safe because it was still within the realm.
Yeah, that's definitely Entertainment Weekly. Yes.
Yeah.
Central Indiana Rubber Products provides the power for you. Central Indiana Rubber Products, or CIR, keeps farm equipment and local manufacturing processes running with gaskets, belts, seals, and O-rings, among a variety of other products and services. Employee-owned and always customer-focused. Central Indiana Rubber Products, 989 West, 83 North, Crawfordsville, and at indianarubber.com. Central Indiana Rubber Products, or CIR, power for you.
So where do we begin, Dave?
Well, let's see.
How about the poster? Dave?
Because I love the poster. This is a romantic comedy drama. A romantic comedy drama.
And this was in the era of quite a few of them. Now, I will say this. If you're watching the movie, like, the poster gives a little bit of the movie away because there is some tension, and clearly at the moment of the poster, there's no tension, Dave. They're happy.
They have chosen to be together.
They've chosen each other. But no, I like the poster, and I like this movie, even though watching it again, I think of it differently.
Let's see. We will note that there are some armadillos in this movie, and I did watch the credits.
Yes.
Those armadillos were well taken care of. Nothing untoward happened to any of the armadillos that were in this movie.
And I know from having gone through the
armadillos.
No, Dave. Texas,
I know from my extensive work with armadillos.
I know with my work with unwed armadillos, Dave. That area of Texas, I would say Southwest Texas.
We're back
Dave.
in the Southwest, man. I love the Southwest.
It's well. First of all, the movie, it begins and you immediately feel the hot, arid, dry, really hot, oppressive heat kind of thing setting. But what I was going to say is, Dave, is not everyone's kind of the armadillos in those areas. They can be considered by some a pest of sorts. But I think they're cute, Dave. And I'm glad that this movie featured some armadillos.
We have a love triangle.
We do. We do, Dave. And Cheech Marin is not involved in that part of it. Spoiler alert.
Golfing and gambling, golfing and life. This movie had a budget of $45 million. It made $75 million. Not too bad.
Yes.
I guess. Kevin Costner, our second Costner movie, I do believe. We had Draft Day.
We're jumping around.
Which was, I think, on the, is it AFI, American Film Institute? I think Draft Day was like 57.
Big list.
I think
Right.
AFI, it was Draft Day was number 57 on the all-time list. I could.
Right. It was.
I was checking on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Dog Day afternoon.
Yeah, and then Draft Day. Draft Day. There's 45 Tarzans in there. I could use a Jane. maybe after Frankly, My Dear, people, I don't give a darn.
You have to be a full aficionado of the Draft Day movie genre, which Dave, if we could cross
pure
Leah Thompson
Roethlisberger
with Draft Day,
pure Roethlisberger. That is pure Roethlisberger. What does that mean? Pure Dave, Roethlisberger.
Will we ever know?
Can I say it 8 times?
You can. Because this is a movie that repeats things.
Miller's Crossing, Extreme Prejudice, and Pirate Radio kind of all had love triangles, among other movies that we have been able to do.
Right. Yes. No, this one was pretty from almost the get-go. It laid it out, right? It just kind of, you set up the love interest and you set up the nemesis, with the backstory right away, Dave. And you also felt, if you were me and you're rewatching this movie, because I think before my takeaway was how cool he was, how unencumbered he was with life. My immediate feeling is none of these fellas in these first scenes, they don't go on many dates, Dave.
No,
they're not exposed.
The wedding bells are not breaking up this old gang of his. Yeah. No. These are just So when he goes into the chock full of demons thing, I'm like, that too, that too. But I didn't. I think I remembered him more spirited and talented and stubborn, but maybe not as stupid, Dave. Greatness courts failure. There are some deep things in this movie. Greatness courts failure.
Yeah. Brian Hammonds appears very early.
Brian Hammonds is in there early. Yeah, we know. Yeah. We know Brian. He attended Butler University with me. We were in a sportscasting class. Tom Carnegie was our professor. Local people will know Tom Carnegie, for those listening across the world. He's a famous announcer at the Indianapolis 500 track.
Yes. And Tom plucked Brian, who looked, when he was 18, to be about mid-30s.
He did have a mature look. How about this? When a defining moment comes along, you define the moment, or the moment defines you.
I think that's somebody that thinks a lot of defining moments come along, Dave.
He's just kind of sitting there. The woman comes in out of nowhere with, getting a golfing lesson. Oh, by the way, she dates David Sims on the PGA Tour. Oh, by the way, David Sims and Kevin Costner played golf at the University of Houston. Oh, by the way, everything for David Sims has just fallen into line, and everything for Tin Cup has just been down the drain, man, just down to the bottom of the dregs.
Oh, yes.
Wrestling with armadillos on a golf range.
Yeah. Hanging out with his buddies.
Yeah.
Trying to avoid the IRS, getting paid in cash.
Somehow having plenty of money for alcohol, which, making $8 an hour, but it's kind of like the detective shows that we've taught, how much money could a guy really make and have a apartment on the beach at Santa Barbara, and never have to worry about money at all. I mean, oh yeah, we got a beachfront office in Santa Barbara. I work about 2 days a week, and I drive around in a car and help the police, and they just give me boatloads of cash. I've just got cash like you wouldn't believe. It's right there. And nobody ever goes to the liquor store in these movies.
No,
it's like they never even mention it. They just have the booze. It's right there. Yeah. I got to go to the liquor store. No. It's just always there. And this was before booze to your door, or whatever.
No.
Yeah.
These people were preppers when it comes to alcohol. They were way ahead in their consumption preparation.
Now, this is something that is I hate to say it.
Okay, but go ahead.
But I'm going to say it.
Oh God.
It's almost like I've been watching all this SCTV, and they have this talk show, Sammy Maudlin, and John Candy is his sidekick, and inevitably in every episode the guy goes, "Can I say something? Can I say something? What Lola Heatherton is doing for these children." is something that you just do not see every day. And let's applaud her. It's like, anyway, I applaud her for what she's doing.
So good, Dave.
So anyway, can I say something? Now, this is something, and if you are a lady, I don't want you to be offended.
Please.
But I think that men do a much better job making fun of things that they love. I think
I'll give you that.
We're looking at this movie 10 Cap, and we're kind of roasting it right now.
Yeah, we're
as
looking
the kids would say.
We're looking at some of the blemishes, Dave, that we gave a pass over, let's say.
Yeah,
in the 90s.
And we are just so thankful that we had this movie.
Yes.
That gives us a chance to think about the George Michael sports machine.
Oh, David brought it up. That was one of my notes. The George Michael sports machine makes it, okay.
Let's go to the videotape.
Dave, Lee Jansen's cultural significance has never, been extended further than just the fact he was included. His name was mentioned how many times, Dave?
Several times. Lee Jansen. Yes. But
why?
And I'll just leave this on that gender thing.
Yes.
I think men love to make fun of things that they love. We love. I mean, we love. There's like the old ball coach.
Yes,
we love the old ball coach. We love the old ball coach, but we also love to talk about things that he said, things that he did, puppets that he had on his desk. I mean, all these things.
Game.
We love him, but we love to talk about it. So anyway, that's what we're doing with this movie. All sorts of gambling things associated with golf, the 7-iron challenge, the shot at the U.S. Open, inside the bar.
Dave, his clubs must have been made of just the worst metal product ever. I don't know about you, but go to any, Kmart and pull out a golf club and try to break it in front of somebody. It's not going to happen, Dave. I don't know.
They were very good, yeah. And they repeatedly.
They were like Bo Jackson. They were snapping those shafts. My goodness.
Okay. Well, explain the movie to us. I mean, I watched the movie. I've seen the last part of it a lot. I watched the whole thing. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. I had to pay for it. Thank you, Prime.
Right. Yes. Fandango. I went.
I'm like, oh, Mamma Mia. Again, we have to pay for a movie from 1996 to do on our podcast, but that's the way.
It's part of the fun.
That's the way this bread is buttered. So, give us the synopsis of this movie. What do people need to know or would want to know if they've seen it or if they haven't seen it? And you probably fall in one of those two categories.
Yes, I'll try to be brief. And Dave, please jump in appropriately.
Talking to the people out there.
Okay, people think of Kevin Costner sports movies, and your first blush on that is always baseball because of the multiple baseball movies. But it wasn't his only sports movie.
So you're
and
just going to
this
sashay by the draft day callback there and go and go legit and go baseball. Okay, I see what you did there. Go ahead.
Dave. I will say this: Draft Day rounded his sports movie thing because, first of all, he's now like he can't be a coach.
We had a great day.
We had a great day. Okay, I'll go quick.
Go ahead.
Roy, this character, was supposedly a golf prodigy, right? Played at Houston, probably at the time when people, think of, Jim Nance playing there. And let's see, who else would have been a part of that? Perennial, everybody's favorite, great hair golfer. Who are we talking about, Dave?
You're going to have to help me on that because I did not research Houston golfers.
Freddie Couples, Dave.
Freddie
Couples. So Freddie Couples was in that. So Houston is for sports fans or golf fans, there was like a dynasty. So what they're saying is that Roy was a part of that dynasty and Dave Sims, the Don Johnson character. But immediately what this movie is we see Roy as like a lovable loser and he has an entourage. Part of the entourage is Cheech Marin, who's like his caddy. So he runs a bad driving range in the middle of like West Texas, desert armadillos and, go forever. So that's the scene. Immediately a woman near his age shows up wanting a golfing lesson.
Near his age. I like that.
Okay. And she needs a golfing lesson. And they have this exchange immediately where it becomes, undertones of, some relationship tension, so to speak. So, and then once he, finds out a little more, he basically finds out that she is there to learn about golf because her boyfriend is his nemesis. Former teammate David Sims, who is the complete opposite of golfer, is what he is. Very polished, very corporate, very making good decisions on the course and not just grip it and rip it. So the dynamic is he, of course, falls for Rene Russo's character, they, in a weird kind of twisty thing, they end up trading services. Okay. And they trade services because Roy decides that he's going to qualify for the U.S. Open. Now, Dave, we know that on paper this is possible, right?
Is it really?
Well, it's an open. That's the whole, and there's a big speech in the movie that legitimizes, the democratization, the fact that this is the best golf tournament, whatever. So anyway, so then it becomes Roy, out of spite and for love, is going to somehow qualify for the Open and win this woman. Now, you got to say, first of all, like Don Johnson's character is a professional golfer, right? Who looks like it. And this guy is like some people we've known in our lives who we've, kept some distance from our kids or some of the women we know. So, I mean, the fact that Rene Russo's character, who is a doctor, there's a scene where they let her kind of give her backstory and show that she's got a warts and all thing. But I think they put that in because people when they probably played this for the first test audience, they said, there's no way, no matter what, she would have chosen Kevin Costner's character over the other guy. There's no way, Dave. No way. And then that's probably why they had to put the scene in where Don is rude to the children in front of the grandparents or whatever that happened was. So basically, it's a love triangle. And it really, the other thing that involves there is just this, it's all about Kevin Costner's not smart enough to get out of his own way. So that results in these dramatic situations where he's going to use a club that he shouldn't use to try a shot he shouldn't attempt. when he's in a position to actually win or advance. And every time, Dave, he basically implodes. And part of that is a part of the way this movie finishes. And it basically, after that happens, they hug on the couch, and then you have the movie poster. And I'm not sure if I described the whole movie right there, Dave, but there's plenty we can pick apart.
Okay. Was this movie kind of out the same time of Happy Gilmore? As Happy Gilmore?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not as quick with my devices today, but I think you're correct.
Yeah,
yes,
I think it's about the time.
Mid 90s.
Kind of had the same vibe.
A laid back feeling. First of all, this was the before the Tiger Woods era really took off in golf. So the characters and maybe even the persona of professional golf at that time was different. I mean, Craig Stadler had lines in this movie, Dave, multiple lines.
Yeah.
And he's not he's not as good looking as you or I.
It was, I know the Golf Channel was, on its own.
Yes,
it was
independently owned at that time.
Yeah, it
right?
was not owned by NBC. So it was, and I kind of like those. I liked the edgier ESPN of like 1982, 83. There's a friendliness to it. And I think the Golf Channel the same way before corporate comes in and NBC and all that. And I understand that you want all the bells and whistles and all that stuff. And I've enjoyed the Golf Channel recently. I like it. But it's a lot more, I can't think of a good word, but 96 is kind of in the exact middle of where we watched the last 9 holes of the British Open with Jim McKay.
Right.
And what we've got right now, where we have all these graphics and cartoons of swings and all this stuff.
Yes.
And the Corn Ferry Tour and the
drones following the ball.
Every tournament on TV from Thursday to Sunday, and then a pregame. We're live at the Masters on Wednesday and Tuesday and Monday, and in 1975, you saw like the last 9 holes of the Masters. Here we are.
Yeah, that's it, baby.
And in 96, you're kind of in that, to me, that kind of sweet middle where we got a little more coverage, but yet it wasn't like analytic driven to the nth power.
Right. They weren't slowing down the swings, Dave.
Yeah.
They were broadcasters and golfers talking really about, what's happening and what they thought was going to happen. And there was, as there is in golf, drama to that. And also some comedy, as this movie portrays. This movie dips into a lot of like, you mean they can do just a side bet there in the middle of the of the tournament kind of thing? No, it was a fun era of looking at golf.
Okay, we get to Rene Russo and who is actually Dr. Molly Griswold and Roy McAvoy.
Dr. Molly Griswold.
They are an item. And we go to the U.S. Open, and immediately we are greeted with this music that makes you want to go out and qualify for the U.S. Open yourself. I mean, we'll cut to the chase here. Whatever, and again, the plausibility of a man just waking up one day after a hangover, saying, I think I'm going to qualify for the U.S. Open. And voila, after a couple of rounds, he's in the U.S. Open, okay? So I don't know if that can happen. I don't know, but it did. Okay, so he's in the U.S. Open. We get it.
Yes.
Music's playing. CBS is doing the U.S. Open, even though they have never done a U.S. Open in my lifetime again, but that's okay. And you notice right off the bat a very young Jim Nance. And you think Jim Nance looks good now, silky smooth voice, the tailored suits, the thinness of Jim Nance. But boy, tell you what, he looks good now, but he
Yes.
looked a lot. It's funny. He looked a lot younger in 1995 when they were filming this movie.
Yes,
He
does.
almost looked like, I would say, 31 years younger.
Well, and it was like if you looked at it, I don't know. It was almost.
And if you're
like,
listening to this in like 2097, you'll have to do the math yourself.
you'll have to figure it out. No, it's almost AI Jim Nance like in his recreation of his Jim Nance-ness. And that's like at one point I look and I go, oh, that's Phil Mickelson. Like, Phil was very young, had lots of hair right at that moment, and but Nance was just he was perfect then. And the voice too, it's carried, but it's just a little more crisp, a little more youth in it.
Yes, and we have Johnny Miller. We got the great Ken Venturi, Venturi. That is a word and a name that I will always struggle with, because the America song Ventura Highway, is it Ventura Highway or Ventura Highway? Ventura.
It's Ventura.
Ventura Highway. So it is Ken Venturi or Venturi?
I think it's Ken Venturi.
Ken Venturi. See?
Too tough.
Come on.
Dave, it's
like that guy, REA, Chris REA. I still hear it both ways. And people tell me, no, it's Rhea. And then I swear, I know you shouldn't swear, but somebody will tell me, like Joe will tell me, it's Rhea. And then 6 months later, Joe will tell me, no, and he won't even reference the fact that he did say Rhea. He'll say, Chris Rhea. I go, wait a minute. 6 months ago, you said Rhea, and now you're saying Rhea. And I need to know, if I was going to do a tattoo, and I'm not going to do a tattoo.
But if you were.
I love everyone who has tattoos, I must say. But if I was going to do a tattoo, it would be the pronunciation of Chris Rhea's name and the actual pronunciation of Ken Venturi and Ventura Highway. I would put the CH. If it's CH, I would put on Ventura. Okay. And then I would put Ventur, like TER, Venturi. And then I would ask maybe Chris Rhea's widow or Rhea.
Sure.
I would put like a little, in like a script thing, fool if you think it's over. And then I would put Chris and however you say his name, because I still do not know. I've ruled out Ray. It's not Ray.
It's not Ray.
It's not Ray.
You're sure of that?
I'm sure. Well, okay. Before I get the tattoo, I'll double check.
We'll check. Yeah, we'll check in with some local authorities.
Then I could just check my leg, and I would have it, and I'd probably do it upside down, because I'd be looking at my leg. I'd be going, "Yeah, it's Rhea. It's Rhea."
Right,
like looking at my leg.
I first thought this is something you'd do on your lower back, and then like you would need like a handler. You'd need a handler to come up and go, "Come over here, bend over, Dad.
Okay,
bend over." So they hike up your shirt, Dave, and there's
shut up. We're talking about my body here.
We get the family involved. Oh, Dave, but it's so practical. I like it. Okay. And it's a story every time.
So it's either Venturi, now back to the movie. It's either Ken Venturi or Ken Venturi.
This is
I
correct.
think it's Venturi. So,
I think you're right.
But again, we talk about plausibility. We talk about a guy making the U.S. Open. Now, how about a guy that shoots 83 at the U.S. Open on the first day? So he is now down 16 strokes to David Sims after one round of play. Now, that is going to be hard to make up.
I would say near impossible. And they almost allude to it, but somehow, Dave, without a lot of B-roll expressing all of it.
I'm going to say if I'm making the movie, let's give him a 77.
Yeah,
let's put Sims at -3. But the guy shot an 83. Sims is -7 after day one. That's a lot of strokes to make up in 3 days of golf.
Normally, without a movie and a running time, you couldn't do it.
Apparently, on day two, And we do have the pelican shot. No pelicans were injured in this movie either.
But a classic, Dave.
He shoots a 62 on day 2, 62 at the U.S. Open, which would never happen because the U.S. Open, they always have these courses where like +1 is pretty decent. But a 62 on day 2, so he's back in the mix. Roy McAvoy, after the 83, shoots a 62, and
yes.
Now was he drunk? Did he have the hangover?
He was drunk the first day.
The first day, okay, yeah. Coach Cheech Marin. So 62 on day 2, so he's back. We're at the Waffle House. There's a little continuity error there between day 4, day 3, but
yeah,
we're not going to worry about it that much. But they're at the Waffle House getting ready for the conclusion of this U.S. Open that these people they're there now.
They're there, and we're going to have to deal with it, Dave. And that's what's happening. It's well, first of all, let's just say there's a big water hazard on one hole, right on the back 9.
It's the last hole.
It's the last hole, and Dave, for 3 days straight, good and bad, he cannot keep the ball out of the water.
No. He's rather stubborn.
He is incredibly, I don't know. I don't know how will that work, but that's the character right there. That's Tin Cup. And Gary McCord, who is in the movie, I guess, was his trainer. Gary McCord trained Kevin Costner, and I think also was privy to some of the inspiration for some of the stories that are kind of shown in the movie, I would say.
Well, Gary McCord was famous for being off the wall, and he was also famous for getting kicked off the Masters coverage,
right?
While remaining employed at CBS for a period of time,
right? He made a comment that now today to me maybe seems a little pretty vanilla, but I believe the speed of the greens at Augusta. He said it was like they were so fast they had been bikini waxed.
Yes, I remember that.
And
how do we remember that?
Well, I don't know, because that's a line, Dave, that at that time you could not cross with certain members of the Augusta National Golf Club, and so Gary was banned. I think he may have never, because some of the things that people know about are like they never talk about fans, right? It's always patrons, right? There's not any sand traps at Augusta, right? People
you can't have your cell phone if you're a patron.
Yeah, there's that too, and then I mean they have the right to refuse anybody, and those tickets are like golden dropped in wills and such. But anyway, Dave, I am digressing greatly.
We got the Fuji blimp. The Fuji blimp.
Right, I thought maybe they couldn't get the Goodyear. Some contractual things, maybe.
Rene and Doreen. We haven't talked about Doreen. That is Linda Hart. Linda Hart.
I like her, Dave.
Yeah,
she is an entrepreneur.
Yes, an entertainer,
an exotic dancer,
and an entertainer. I was going to say entertainer.
And Dave.
Somehow she owes. Why did Tin Cup owe her $12,000?
I don't know. I think it was a combination of like maybe a bet or something. But yes, he owes her money, and then as a result, she basically they agree to have kind of a deal, and she becomes more of a character in the movie than I thought she would be. And Dave, in a kind of a happy twist, I think, at the end, without giving too much away, it appears that she and our hero caddy, Cheech Marin's character,
become enamored with each other.
Yes, and it's Romeo, of course.
His name is Romeo. Oh yeah, his name is Romeo Posar. Her name is Doreen.
Right. She's Doreen,
and her and Rene are getting chummy. watching.
Yeah.
And they've got this I don't know, kind of cardboard golf viewing thing. What is that? It's like something you would like a periscope or something.
I don't know, but
I've never seen anything like that. I didn't see any of those in 1996. Did you ever have one of these cardboard things to where you could look at things in the distance and they have these things called binoculars that you can buy.
Yeah. I was never privy, and my dad didn't have one. Dave,
if I had somebody close to me going to the U.S. Open, hey, don't forget that cardboard box with the mirror. I didn't get that at all. I'm like, why would you carry that thing around?
Yeah,
I don't know, but maybe in time I can get over it. Okay, maybe in time. And we all know the Up in Flames. You go down in flames scene. If you've seen it, it's kind of like that. The scene from Hoosiers, Rocky scene. We Are Marshall, Miracle, all that stuff. It's kind of that scene that gets seen. The SCENE that gets SEEN seen a lot.
Yes. Now, Dave, one of the things I looked up is obviously Kevin Costner had history with Ron Shelton, and he's clearly 10 Cup. But here are some other people, or could you guess, Dave, some other people who might be considered for the Don Johnson role?
Ooh, other people that could be.
Other people. Because these people, when I name them, I could see them also in this role.
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck is a good guess. He's not on this list, but I could see him in this role.
1996.
Yes.
Are
you ready?
Yeah. Lay them on me, man.
Okay. Well, there's three. Okay. And they're perfect for 1996. Number one, Dennis Quaid. Right?
I'm going Don Johnson over Dennis Quaid.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Number two, we get a little. We add an accent to it. Pierce Brosnan. As before he became Bond, I'm guessing, or right about the time. It had to be before, because once he became Bond, they wouldn't have gotten him, right? And then the last one.
Wait, I'm grading him versus DJ.
You're grading. Okay.
I'm telling you. I'm going to give DJ the edge there, but it's closer than Quaid.
It's closer.
I'm going
with
DJ,
Pierce.
Bronson, and Quaid.
Dave, here's the one that's going to get even closer. Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, I can see it, Dave. But
he's a great Phil Knight.
Yeah,
he was a great Phil Knight, no question about it.
Great Phil Knight, Dave. Yes, but would he be more? Would you hate him more than Don Johnson as your nemesis in the golf movie?
I'm going to say they chose wisely. I
believe.
I think that I'm going to give Bronson. Is that his name? Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
Brosnan.
Yes.
Brosnan. I get him confused with the guy on Perfect Strangers.
Bronson Pinchot.
They're very similar. They're very similar and simple.
Dave, I've had coffee today. I don't know what's happening.
So I'm going Don Johnson.
Okay.
Pierce. Yeah. We'll just say Pierce.
Pierce Brosnan as your number two.
I'm going to go Alec Baldwin, and my four would be Dennis Quaid.
Okay, so
now that I think about it, Dennis Quaid. I'm going to stick with that.
I will say there's one other, apparently, before Cheech Marin was offered the role, which I think he was perfect in.
Oh.
John Leguizamo was offered the character of Romeo. So you could kind of see that too, right? A little bit. So, here's what I wrote down at the bottom, Dave. This is what I alluded to earlier. I now see Roy more as a stupid, attention-seeking, stubborn golfer.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go. I like this movie.
Yes,
I like the Rocky. Theme. We lay out the Rocky.
Fun.
The Rocky thing. I like the phrases layup. I love
Lay it up.
Layup. Layup is a nice word for what we would call people when you could call people that. And I think you're thinking of the word layup. Yes, layup. Why don't you just lay up?
Just go and lay
person
up.
who lays up.
He's a layup.
He's a layup guy.
Person.
He's a layup guy. And then go for it. And we'll hear that coming up in a movie called Fast Break.
In a movie called Fast Break,
go
folks,
for it.
where
go for
we
it.
go for it. More. Well, I in my research, and I will give this person credit, a guy named Scott Tobias in April of 2023, and this is an article called 10 Cup, The Zen of Never Laying Up, Dave. Here's what he says, kind of his, takeaway. Roy sinking the greatest 12 of all time is the most crowd-pleasing moment in a Ron Shelton film. And we come to embrace it, just like Molly does, because Shelton has redefined what winning is all about. For sports culture, where championships are everything, it's a radical notion to understand Roy, a classic head case, as a winner. Roy is happiest holding court at a Waffle House with Romeo and his friends from West Texas. No need for fame and fortune to make it possible, only a desire to share it with someone he loves. He's extracted from what he needs from the big organic globule of winning and losing and achieved a beer swiller's enlightenment.
I got to read that again. Okay. You have to send that to me. I got to digest that.
I will send this to you. But I give him credit because I do think it is probably the most crowd-pleasing moment in all of Ron Shelton's sports movies. And I was just thinking about, like, what is a crowd-pleasing moment? Like, Bull Durham's full of a lot of moments, but there's not one that's, like, the moment, I think.
Yeah.
Whereas, as you said, Dave, if you know anything about this movie at all, you know about this scene.
I love that line. I certainly can't say it, but when Kevin looks at Cheech Marin and Romeo and says, "I can make it across," well, then do it. Quit messing around.
Oh,
how many times in your family or workforce, when somebody says something, then you just want to look in their eyes and say, "Well, then do it and quit messing around. If you can do it, then do it. I'm tired of watching this ball go in the water, But he did have the shanks for a while. I like the shanks. Yes. I'll just go over these really quick. Semi-plutonic kiss.
Yeah. They tried to talk about is there something that's possible there?
And I think along with Down Goes Frazier and Do You Believe in Miracles, Frank Cherkinian, the legendary golf producer who, I'm telling you what, I'm sure he played himself in this movie.
Yeah.
And it was absolute gold. Him and the guy to his left, who I don't know if that guy worked for CBS or not.
But I think he did.
I think he did. Those guys just killed it.
It was so good. And the absolute disgust when he says, he basically said, I don't need this frickin' story. I want heroes.
Yeah.
Basically. And it was just how disgusted he was with the up-and-comer. I loved it, Dave.
But at the end, Frank Cherkanian telling his crew, that was a 12. That was a 12. And I'm going to roll that out sometime in a play-by-play if it actually does come to something that is just amazingly unique. Instead of saying, "Are you kidding me?" I think I might just say that was a 12 5 times.
Folks, that's a 12.
That's a 12. Now, we also know in Spinal Tap terminology, you got the 11.
Yeah.
We got the 11.
Yes.
But that was a 12. When I think of Tin Cup, I'll always roll that in my head 8 or 9 times. That was a 12. That was a 12. He was on the green and in. That was a 12. I mean, it was. It's one of those things that Kind of like the Rocky movie where he lost to Apollo, him sitting there, he's standing screaming while they're reading the scores. He's not listening to the scores. It's about that effort. It's about, it's about, and then her line where she says, nobody will remember who won the Open in 5 years. And she's exactly right, but no one will forget.
Yeah.
You're 12. It's immortal.
Yeah, it is. And that, hence, it's a movie.
Yeah.
And it's part of what makes it part of what people talk about, and why people saw it in the theater to begin with, and why we're talking about it today in 2026.
And we will talk real quickly about the soundtrack, and that is some almost famous people from the 90s, and I remember them. Los Lobos.
Yes.
Mary Chapin Carpenter. Remember her?
Yeah. Yes.
A guy named William Ross. The Texas Tornadoes.
Yes.
Patty Loveless, who did have a good career.
Some country
music. Keb Mo.
Yep.
Buddy Guy, who I sounds like somebody
still
I should
around.
know.
Buddy Guy is still around.
We're going to get around. We're going to get around to one guy here, but we're going to talk about Chris Isaak, who is not the one guy, Lyle Lovett. He's not Lyle Lovett.
No.
He's Chris Isaak. So what is Chris Isaak known for?
I'm
asking you. I don't know.
Well,
he's known for selling insurance in North Dakota. No, I don't know that. What is he known for?
Well, okay, there's a song called The Wicked Game. Like his music, he has kind of a Roy Orbison, Texas feel to him. Kind of he had a show on Showtime for a little bit. But his music is perfect. That's the thing. You forget until you watch a Ron Shelton film how curated his soundtracks are. And this one too, when it comes to the point of the movie where there's a composer taking over, kind of, when it sets up the open, it goes from these, kind of period pieces of cool music that are appropriate to the scenes to this Rocky-like, motivational, inspirational stuff. So it's got a great soundtrack.
And we've got Sean Colvin. And a lot of these people I remember as being alternative, like adult alternative performers.
Singer-songwriter.
There's a lot of people out there that have had one hit, but they have just a following, a cult following. Okay. And I know that's the, everybody says, oh, you got a cult following. Well, they've got a following, but then they have that one hit that might.
The Sonny Come Home.
Yeah, well, that was that Sean Colvin?
It was.
Okay. I get her confused with Paula Cole. Where have all the cowboys gone?
And there's another song by Paula Cole.
I don't want to wait.
Yes, that's it, Dave.
See, now we are talking. Now, here's the deal. Okay. Before we get to the ring the bell person.
Before we ring the bell.
Okay. Chris Isaak, Sean Colvin would be perfect, and maybe even Los Lobos would be perfect masked singer people.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, yes. So it could be coming up, Dave. The universe is listening, Dave.
The Crawfordsville Peach Cast is about healing.
It's Dave.
It's about healing.
Love.
It's about love.
Healing.
It's about healing. It's about second chances. And this movie is providing us a second chance. This movie is an opportunity for us to heal. This movie is a chance for us to love someone that we have been particularly hard on in the past.
Okay.
I'm not talking about Drew Brees.
We're not talking about Drew.
I'm talking about the guy who, well, I won't even say why I can't even go there, because it's all about love. It's all about healing. It's all about restoration here
Yes.
of a relationship
Yes.
with Bruce Hornsby, who wrote
Bruce
two
Hornsby.
songs for Tin Cup.
We're bringing him back around slowly.
Yeah.
I don't know, folks, if you're not a regular listener of the Peach Cast, first of all, let's talk about the fact that Dave Peach
On my birthday
likes Bruce Hornsby music. Bruce Hornsby in
I
the
kinda do,
Range.
yeah.
Bruce Hornsby, yes. So that's the positive. Okay, Dave on his birthday. This is so well known among his family.
Oh, yeah.
That they have this be a part of Dave's celebration.
We had to take Grandma home and then drive. They came and got us later so we could go to the Bruce Hornsby concert at the Carmel Palladium.
Sacrifices were made, people.
I mean, it was a lot. And let me just say this about Bruce Hornsby.
Yes, Dave.
I'm not going to say it.
Now,
it would have been kind of cool it would have been kind of cool if he said, along with all the hits that I had, I wrote 2 songs from the movie Tin Cup. Anybody remember that one? But he didn't, okay?
He didn't do that.
Didn't.
Nor did he play those, did he, Dave?
I don't think so.
You'd have been okay with just that.
I don't remember hearing Big Stick, but
no.
it might have left an impression on me. I don't know.
It might have pulled you back, Dave.
But I'm just saying that to Bruce
he left you cold.
I know
Yeah.
Bruce he has made it known he's a little bit hurt by our comments. I mean, he's a little hurtful. I mean,
his people have been,
they
haven't been kind to your people, Dave.
No. But I will say this, and one day Bruce Hornsby and Drew Brees and I will have a coffee and
a sit down,
and we'll have a sit down. We'll talk about
the Marty Brenneman can be the moderator.
Yes, let's make it happen.
I will record the whole thing with my phone, Dave.
But now that I know that Bruce Hornsby did 2 songs in the movie Tin Cup, even though I should have known that before, I'm ready to. But we're doing this in real time. We're doing this sequentially.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're extending in a very open way, Dave.
I'm going to give you a big salute. Thank you.
Yes.
And down the road, let's meet again.
Let's meet again, Bruce Hornsby.
Yes, but I did love that Tex-Mex feel. I don't know why.
Yeah,
we're kind of getting. I don't know why we pick a lot of movies that are in that Southwest kind of.
We do
that flavor where the dust is in the air and the armadillos are running around doing armadillo things.
It's different than the Godzilla feel.
Oh, I can't wait! Bought another Godzilla picture, but that is another story.
Dave, what do we have coming up?
Dave, we've got Living in Oblivion, 1995.
Okay, and this is a completely new movie to Dave Peach, correct?
I have no earthly idea. Kind of like Miller's Crossing, and we're going to do a little.
Yes.
We're going to do a little Miller's Crossing talk in an upcoming episode because I watched it for the second time, and I got it a lot better the second time. But
we're going to have an addendum.
I rolled through it. I didn't really see it. Now I see it. And, but anyway, Living in Oblivion, I have no clue what's going on.
Okay. Well, we will find out, and we will unearth the truth, Dave. The 2026, no, just 2026, Dave. Yeah. The 2026 truth about these movies in the 90s that we are putting our loose microscope on, Dave.
We are on podbean.com, crawfordsvillepeachcast.podbean.com, and the Fork Media app.
It's on a t-shirt.
Okay. Podbean. Now let me get this through here.
How do you spell that?
FORCHT Media app.
That's key. Okay.
That's key. So let me go over that. Don't interrupt me, Dave. Crawford, can I say something? What Dave Meyer has done for the armadillos in Southwest Texas is something that I think we all should applaud right now. He is a marvelous human being, and I don't care what the tabloids say about him, but his work with the armadillos is something that I think is admirable, and we should. Anyway, I'm moving on. Can I
music up and out?
Can I say something? The you can listen to this show and cherish each episode, as I know maybe 3 people. No,
Some people do. Right.
Some people do.
Well,
Hey,
wake the kids, phone the neighbors.
like, share, and subscribe. We're on Apple, iHeart, Spotify, YouTube, and Podbean. Dave, so much fun. Enjoy your golfing season.
Dave, I will, and I look forward to living in oblivion and much more.
Until next time, America, I'm Dave Peach.
I'm Dave Meyer.
Thanks for listening to the Crawfordsville Peachcast.
Thank you for listening to the Crawfordsville Peachcast. If you enjoyed it, follow the podcast and ring the bell so that way you'll always be up to date with the newest episodes. We'll see you next time.